What's up everybody, welcome back, and today we are going to be making a Winter Soldier metal arm from my friend Justin here. We are going to be going to Con Carolinas May 31st through June 2nd, and he is going to be cosplaying as the Winter Soldier. So I'm going to show y'all how I make that. Let's do it. So first you're going to make a duct tape mannequin. This will help you with modeling later on. It gives you a good base to work with, but all you got to do is get an old shirt or some paper and wrap it around your arm, and then just proceed to wrap duct tape around it. And also do the same thing with a glove. Next, you're going to want to cut the shirt away with some round tip scissors very carefully. Then cut down the wrist. As the smaller the seam, the easier it is to repair, but the harder it is to get the hand out. Nonetheless, just cut enough to shake the hand out of there. Then stuff it full of foam or newspaper. Alright, so we have a mannequin for his arm, and the reason why I've got this is because he does not live with me, and I'm going to need to have this to mold pieces onto to fit properly and whatnot throughout the creation of this thing. So yeah, it's pretty freaking accurate. Here, hold your arm up real quick, this one. It's very accurate. It's slightly bigger, which is good though, because I want it to be a little bit bigger just in case, you know, his arms get a little bit bigger from working out, and just because the pieces will give him a little bit of room to move around in and whatnot once he's got it actually on. So now let's get to the actual building process. Find yourself a pattern. I found this one from Xieng Productions. I'll put a link to his channel and video for this same build in the description below. Then cut the pattern out. Once you've got your pattern cut out, you're going to take all the pieces and use a light dusting of spray adhesive to put them down on your foam, and then cut them out and score all of these little lines just halfway through. Once you've scored all these lines into the foam, you're going to use a heat gun to heat the foam up. What the heat does is causes the cells in the foam to collapse on themselves. So if you've got lines in the foam, it's going to cause them to open up, and it also allows you to mold the foam onto objects. To bevel certain edges, you can also take a pair of scissors and just simply trim the corners off. Thinly apply contact cement to all the edges so that you can put it together, and it'll end up looking something like this. I used an old Iron Man hand Pepicura file that I had, and did the same process with scoring the surface and heating it up with a heat gun. The only alterations I really made was that instead of keeping so many separate pieces, I just combined them into one.
Just got this sweet new cutting mat in the mail, so I am gonna clean off my desk and put this bad boy down.
Oh my god, so much better.
Now I want to connect the two pieces together, but still have a lot of flexibility. So what I did was I made a little pattern that covers up the elbow, and then to connect that pattern to each piece of the arm, I cut out little strips from an old rash guard and glued it down with contact cement. Then, in a very painstaking process, I glued the hinge, I guess you want to call it, into both pieces, and it bends pretty well. Next, I traced the finger patterns onto 1mm thick EVA foam, and then I just found an old glove and glued them all onto it and slipped it inside of the Iron Man hand. Then there were just a few random seams that I filled up with quick seal. Put it on dry at first, push it into the gaps, move it around, then take some water to smooth it out and wipe the residue away with a clean towel. Then I hit it with about 3 light coats of Plasti Dip. This is a great primer for EVA foam. It gives a good surface for paint to stick to. But then, on to the painting process. Again, light coats. 3 to 4, maybe even 5 light coats here. Don't want it to run. Next, taped it off so that I could add some gold accents to it. Once the 3-hour taping process was over, time to spray it down with a few light coats of gold paint. It's very important when you're using tape on spray paint that you let the spray paint completely dry before adding the tape or before removing the tape. If you rush it, then it can peel up the paint and you have to kind of start all over or do some touch-up work. Well, this is the finished product. I'm very impressed with how it turned out. I did end up keeping the hand separate from the arm piece. I think it's going to be better for articulation with him moving it around and whatnot, but also it's the biggest thing I think is because it's hard to put your hand in this glove because it's, you know, not that easy to make a piece to open it and close it because it's all solid and whatnot. But I mean, I can't put this on. My arm's too big to fit in here, but it fits him perfectly, and I can't wait to see the rest of it when he gets all of his costume put together. Just stay tuned, subscribe or follow me on Instagram, and you'll be able to see a little snippet of him putting it on and whatnot, his reaction to it and everything whenever I get it to him. But yeah, hope you guys liked this video. I had a lot of fun making this build. It was pretty challenging and whatnot, but it was definitely enjoyable. Just, you know, give me a follow on Instagram, like this video, comment down below, subscribe to this channel, and ring the bell so you get notifications whenever I post new stuff. Until next time, see ya!
Now you got me reaching out.